Good morning. My name is Coach Chris Weaver, and I'm going to talk to you today about disintermediation. Wow, that sounds so boring. It's not going to sound boring in a minute. Disintermediation is the reduction in the use of intermediaries between producers and consumers. For those of you that are trying to wrap your heads around the eXp business model, this is a concept that you must understand. You have to understand how this works in other industries to understand what eXp means to the real estate industry. So looking at this illustration of disintermediation, a manufacturer goes to the distributor, goes to the retailer, goes to the consumer. The cost per unit is $50. When we cut out the distributor, manufacturer goes directly to the retailer, goes to the consumer. This is Walmart. We get $46.25 cost per unit as opposed to $50. When we cut out the distributor and the retailer, Amazon, we go from the manufacturer directly to the consumer, and the cost per unit is $38. Same product, but because of the method of delivery, the end cost is different. So what does this mean for the real estate industry, and what does this mean for other industries? So let's look at how this has happened in the last 20 years with every single industry that we know of. Music, how many of you bought your first CDs at Sam Goody? Now it's Apple Music. Borders became Amazon.com, Blockbuster, Netflix, Yellow Cab, Uber, AOL, Google, Circuit City, Amazon, Overstock. We no longer go to have our photographs developed. We just post them online so that our family can see them. Marriott is being supplanted by Airbnb. Airbnb has more room listings than all of the major hotels combined. So let's take a look at what this means in our industry, in real estate. This is eXp Explained. Traditionally, we have a national company, and they make about 3 to 10% in royalties off the top. We then have a regional owner and a local broker owner, and each of these, we're getting anywhere from 3 to 10% of every commission check in the form of a split. eXp created the cloud office, which did away for the need for a brick and mortar local broker owner, which destroyed this entire level, disintermediation, this entire level, which opened up about 20% of every commission to reinvest differently. eXp reinvested this into agent ownership. We are a publicly traded company, and agents own the company. We get stock awards based upon our production and our activity around recruiting and retention within the company. And then agent attraction and retention. This is up to 20%. And I'll explain that in a minute about how that's actually distributed. You can participate in this, or you don't have to. You're going to get the same things that you would get working at any real estate company, I believe a little bit better, because of our distribution platform, our cloud office. We have the ability to distribute out in a much easier way and a much better way than you having to go into your local office to ask Joe for help in putting the marketing software onto your laptop because Joe's the smartest guy in the office. No, you just go online and you go into our cloud office, and there's a tech expert there to help you. Need to talk to your broker? You go into our broker office in our virtual office, in our cloud office, and you talk to your broker. The brokers are our employees, not our bosses. That's one of the biggest differences. So let's take a look at this. How is that money reinvested into us, the agents? So I want to do a little bit of an example. If you were to put $1 million in the bank and you drew on it at about 3.6% annually, that was what you made on this money. It'd be about $36,000 a year, which is about $3,000 a month. which for me is a good start towards retirement. I think you would all agree. Let's look at a 3-year plan to create this. And I want to ask you this question. In your current real estate company, how hard would you need to work to put $1 million in the bank over the next 3 years? Is it impossible? Are you like me? Are you somebody who thought you were going to have to sell real estate until you died? Here's the split. 80-20 split, $16,000 cap with eXp. That $16,000 is the 20% that we were talking about before. So let's say, hypothetically speaking, over the next 3 years, you got 2 people a year to follow you over to eXp, and you help them to be cappers. 6 people for each capper. Each year, you get $2,800 for that first level of that $16,000 cap. That is $16,800 a year. Interesting how that's the same amount as the cap, so pretty much you're making your cap back after just having 2 people per year join and be cappers. Now, let's say, hypothetically speaking, that, because they come, they're going to bring a friend. Let's say that those 6 people also bring 6 people. That second level, and this goes down 7 levels, and you can get more information about that from the person who invited you to watch this video. But if that second level in our 3-year plan, we've got 6 people who join under those 6 people. The second level pays out $3,200 of that $16,000 cap on a capper. That's $19,200. This is a 3-year plan. If you add $16,800 and $19,200, that's your $36,000 a year. That's your $3,000 a month. I would venture to say it is an easier and more realistic plan to have a total of 12 people follow you to eXp and for you to help them be productive cappers to get that $1 million in the bank or $3,000 a month than it is to save that $1 million. We're going to go one step further, and we're going to go to the overachiever. I know most of us that are watching this are overachievers, so we're going to talk about the overachiever. $10 million in the bank. I want you to think about how long, if you have $10 million in the bank, you had to work to put $10 million in the bank. If you don't, I want you to think about how long you'd have to work in order to save $10 million. We're going to calculate that at about 3.48%, $348,000, $29,000 a month. That's a really good retirement, if you ask me. 3-year plan. Instead of 2 people, we've got our same 80-20 split, $16,000 cap. Instead of 2 people a year, we're going to, over 3 years, attract 10 people and help them to be cappers. 10 people you are directly going to influence and help them become cappers and help them to be a part of eXp. $2,800 per person, that's $28,000 per year. Now, let's say you are able to help those 10 people each get 10 people. 10 who get 10. That's 100 people on your second level, which is $3,200 per person. If they're all cappers, that's $320,000. That, my friends, is $348,000. Now, it doesn't just stop there. And okay, so you're going to tell me, you know what, Chris, there's no way in the world. Okay, I can see 10 people, but they're not all going to get 10 people. Only about half of them are going to get 10 people. Okay, I'm sorry. You're now at $200,000 a year instead of $350,000 a year in passive residual income. I'm sorry. Please excuse me for incorrectly adding those numbers. You know what? But there's also those of you that are going to go out and get 20 people and 30 people and 40 people on your level 1. And this goes down 7 levels. Now, the overachiever, this is about real estate, right? This is about selling real estate, right? You're the overachiever. After you cap, you go and you get an additional 20 transactions. You are icon status. Cap plus 20 transactions equals icon status. And when you reach icon status, that $16,000 that you paid in as a cap is returned to you in company stock. I could go on for hours talking about our cloud office. I could go on for hours about how you can earn stock just by doing your regular real estate business. And I could go on for hours talking to you about this revenue share plan. And I'd like to do that. All you need to do is give me a call. My number's in the notes.